Welcome to the On Deck channel. Sailor Smurf here. The battery manufacturer Epoch has sent us 2 of their batteries to be able to give them away, 1 battery to 2 lucky winners who are watching this channel. Really excited to have our very first giveaway on the On Deck channel. And yeah, Epoch batteries, they're the maker of these bad boys. So we'll be announcing who those 2 winners are and how you can enter in to win one of the 2 of these batteries. We're going to be announcing that live from the Annapolis Boat Show that is coming up this coming week. We're going to be doing a live broadcast there. So like, comment, subscribe, be part of it so that you're able to see from the show floor all the things going on up there at the boat show. We're going to be doing interviews and all kinds of fun stuff. I don't want to keep rambling. Let's hear from these 2 marine professional ABYC marine electricians who work with battery tech all day on hundreds of people's boats, doing really high-end installs, on what they think about this Epoch battery. They're going to take this thing apart. They're going to do a deep dive. It's an hour-long discussion. That's going to be in part 2. Right now, I'm just releasing the condensed version of their discussion. If you guys are really interested for that part 2 and want to go all the way down the lithium-ion battery rabbit hole, like, subscribe, comment, please let me know that that's more content that you would like to see. That's going to be coming your way. But without further ado, let's get into these guys in this full-on battery nerd out.
My name is Andre Cormier. I'm one of the owners here at the Yacht Rigger, and I've decided to team up today with Ben.
Hi, I'm Ben Stein, editor of Panbo. As Andre mentioned, we're here to take a look at the newest Epoch batteries, the dual-purpose 300 amp hour starting and deep cycle or cranking and house batteries. So these batteries can be used to start a motor. They can be used for deep cycle applications like your house loads, your refrigeration, lighting, all of those sorts of things. Let's take a look at what we have here today. We've got 2 of the batteries. One of them is opened just so that you can see how they're constructed, what's going on inside. The other is like you would find it when you took it out of the box. Here, nice and intact. Both batteries are up and running, but on our test bench right now, we've only got the opened battery connected to an inverter with a whole bunch of loads on it. So outside, we've got an air conditioner going and a heat gun and a fan, trying to create enough load to tax this really rather robust battery.
Okay, some of the performance specs on this battery and what makes it very unique is it's a 300 amp hour battery pack that is dual purpose, meaning cranking and a house bank. And in its cranking capabilities, it's got a 1000 amp rating at 5 seconds. Now that's not something that you find on a common 300 amp hour battery, so this is why it is a dual purpose and it has the ability to crank. The recommended or the maximum continuous output is 300 amps, but it's rated at a recommended 150 amps, which is a lot for a 300 amp hour battery. It's got an internal heater, and it's got Victron comms, Bluetooth capabilities, networking capabilities. Up and coming, there is going to be an NMEA 2000 compatibility box. It's not out on the market yet, but it's soon to come. Also a screen, a very nice display of all of the battery parameters, similar to what you would see on the app. And that's going to be coming in at a retail of $100, so it's nice and affordable. Victron comms, they can be networked together. You can have up to 16 batteries in parallel, which is fairly uncommon. I've never seen it actually that large, although I'm not sure that you'd have a battery bank that large to begin with at 12 volts, but it's impressive, nonetheless. What do we have in terms of how the battery looks physically?
So a couple of things that catch your eye right away. We've got 2 sets of terminals on the battery, two positive, 2 negative terminals. Gives you a lot of flexibility in connecting the battery, especially if you've got series and parallel connections to be made. We've got our Victron comms as well, as comms to the upcoming hardware that Andre mentioned for NEMA 2000 compatibility, as well as a standalone display. And then I think it's worth sort of pointing out the battery is serviceable. There's these little rubber grommets all the way around. pull those out and you've got screw heads. You can remove those screw heads, remove those screws, and get access to the battery. So if something goes wrong and you need to replace a component, etc., that's possible without having to cut the battery open. We've also got a quick at-a-glance, both charge status, battery operational status, and then a fault light that lights in the event that anything's wrong.
The other thing I'd like to mention, even though this is labeled as a cranking battery, you don't necessarily need to buy it to start an engine. The fact that it is capable of starting an engine means that it's very robust in its construction, as evident by this very robust BMS here. But if you are looking for a very heavy duty and powerful system, and for example in a 2-battery configuration, you'd have a fairly high performance battery system that could, no problem, you'd be able to run a 3,000 watt inverter and things like that. Another application as well is if you have a battery bank and you have a bow thruster. Bow thrusters are known to be problematic with BMSs because of the large inrush current needed to start them. This would be another perfect application for that, where your lithium battery bank would have no issues operating that bow thruster up in the front.
Yeah, I think Andre's exactly right that you shouldn't just look at this battery and think, oh, I don't want to buy that battery. It's a starting battery. At $1,500 for a 300 amp hour battery, that's very competitive with any of the 300 amp hour options out there. And even if you don't make use of that starting capability, it may mean that your system runs better because windlasses, thrusters, winches, all can be serviced by these batteries, as well as just in general, you've got a robust battery. And if you need to parallel these batteries in for emergency start, you can do so with really very little concern.
Exactly. And that, coupled with the fact that it is serviceable, I mean, I think it's a good, reliable system altogether.
I hope you guys enjoyed this short video on checking out these Epoch batteries. We, again, are going to be giving 2 of these away. We are currently packing up right now and heading out to the boat show. We will see you guys there live from Annapolis. Like, comment, subscribe, follow along, and I am looking forward to getting to meet some of y'all out there. Sailor Smurf out.